do it. GBOT, okay? We're gonna use that now. Get back on track. You need to GBOT, okay? And happy 2019! Yay, here we go. The year is starting. And if you guys have resolutions, if you're the types of people that do resolutions, now is the time. I don't personally do resolutions. I try to just stay on track all year long, which I think is a really great way of doing it. One quick note, stay until the end of this video because I'm going to be announcing a super awesome challenge that we can all do together in January to get back on track and get our mojo going. Make sure you stay till the end to check that out. But I want to tell you a little story. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit sick, which doesn't really have much to do with it. It's just winter stuff going around and me and my daughter passing back and forth germs with slobbery kisses and all this kind of stuff, plus air travel. We went to see my husband's family for Christmas, and they're amazing people, very large family. I love them, they're the best. They're not Nutritarian, and that's fine. Most of us are in the same exact situation, aren't we? You know, before I go on any trip, food is always a concern for me. Food is always a thing I'm thinking about before I go. Some trips I do better than others, and so I want to tell you about this trip. I talked to my husband beforehand, and we had like a little discussion. We usually have a little talk about how we're gonna eat, what we're gonna do, how we're gonna manage getting healthy food while we're out. It's just a given. It's a thing that we've talked about so many times in the past that we already know we've got to consider it. And so we had a little discussion beforehand. We said, oh, there's gonna be a Whole Foods there, so we can always go there. But then I'm thinking to myself, uh-oh, because that might not be convenient at certain times if we're trying to navigate around other people's schedules and activities and things, but I kind of just didn't think about it. And sometimes we've even gone as far as to like bring the Vitamix and bring all the fixings for smoothies and different meals, and I kind of plan out everything we're gonna do. I didn't do that this time, right? So we thought, okay, well, Whole Foods, or maybe there'll be a Jamba Juice or something like that. We got a bigger room that had a kitchen in it. We really like to do that, so we have the option of being able to make our own stuff if we need to. So sure enough, we got to the hotel. It was beautiful, you know, a double room, just one of these regular in suites kind of hotels, and it had almost a full fridge, like one of the stand-up fridges. It had the ability to have a cook plate and a dishwasher and everything. It had a sink, so it was super convenient as far as if we wanted to cook. But I wish I kind of would have thought of that beforehand, because we just didn't really have much of a plan. And so when we got there, I was like, oh, it would be really great if we would shop and really figure out what to make. But I just was kind of not in the mood, right? I had the kid, I was feeling tired. She was sick, she had a really runny nose. And so we got there and I was just feeling really kind of like lax about everything. So we kind of flew by the seat of our pants with food, and it really shows in how the results went as well, because it turned into sort of that slippery slope for me where I don't really consider much about what I'm eating. I mean, I stayed vegetarian, but that's not even really that impressive for me. We had a lot of cookies, we had a lot of like sweets and things like that. We did not end up going to Whole Foods, and I had one amazing, wonderful hot bar meal with greens and all that kind of stuff. But by that point, that was the end of the trip, and we had been eating like hotel oatmeal, which is always instant, not very good quality, and you know, I was getting hungry, so we would just kind of snack on things, and it just was not your banner trip, right? It was only 3 or 4 days, which was great because that means the damage was sort of minimized, and the days and weeks leading up to it had been really wonderful and Nutritarian and good, so that slippery slope wasn't as bad as it could have been, I would say, because many years in the past they have been not so good for me, right? And so we get to this place in the trip where, you know, there's always like a moment if you're starting to eat off plan, or you're starting to eat against the way you would really like to eat. There's always a moment where you go, ugh, enough, like this just doesn't taste good anymore. I really don't want to do this anymore. I don't feel so good. I just can't wait till we get home and eat our food. And I said that to my husband one time in the car. I was like, oh, I just can't wait till we get home. And so you kind of get to this place, and for me, after only 3 or 4 days, that's a pretty quick amount of time. So it was good for me to see that I am really into this lifestyle and wanting to eat this way as much as I can. Even after a few meals, I was sick of it already. So I want to relate this example to where you guys might be right now too. You're kind of in this place of, oh man, I ate terribly for the last few days, or for the last few weeks, or the last few months, whatever it might be. And I had someone fill out a survey of mine recently who mentioned that it was hard for her to even get back on track months later, right? Like it took until June for her to kind of get back on track. So I want to do a video today about how to get back on track, a few easy techniques that you can do if you're feeling that kind of pull of wanting to go back, but sort of being out of habit. Okay, so 3 ways to get back on track after the holidays or after you've just gotten off track at any moment, okay? Sometimes there's like a spectrum of just being off track a little bit, and sometimes there's an end of the spectrum where you are apathetic, you don't care, you don't even want to be back on track, and I've been in all of those places a billion times in my life, and I want to help you guys go from anywhere on that spectrum to back on track, okay? So here's a few things that I want to just say you can do right now that will help you just jump back into the game. So number 1, it's about details, okay? It's all in the details. So I want you to think back to a time when you were really on track. Maybe it was before Halloween, or was over the summer, or it was maybe earlier in the year, maybe in the spring of last year or something. When was a time that you felt really on track and on your game? Now I want you to think about, what were you doing at that time that made you on track? What were the steps that you're taking? So I'm gonna give you a few that might have been happening in your life. Like maybe you were watching a bunch of my videos. Maybe you just found me and you were binge watching a bunch of my videos. Or maybe you went and bought Eat to Live and read that book. Or maybe you found some podcasts of some plant-based eaters, or you watched Forks Over Knives, or you watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead on Netflix, or you were sort of binge watching these kinds of things. Maybe you just got up, you know, you went to the store, you bought some groceries, you found a few recipes, and you made a couple things. Or maybe you just happened upon one of my videos on Facebook, and then that led you into a, you know, sort of a spiral of doing all these healthy things. What were you doing, and what meals were you making when you felt most on track? That's number 1. It's about those details. It's about finding the details that you used to do before you got off track, right? Because those are the things, those systems that we put into place, the things that we do often, those are the things that can really anchor us into starting again. So it might be as simple as just tonight choosing to watch, you know, I don't know, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, or one of these great documentaries that have plant-based information in them. You can watch any of those, and it's a really passive way of kind of getting back on track to sort of get a little motivation going. So think about the details of what you used to do and go do those again. If it has to do with like planning your food ahead of time, or just going to the store and shopping and having a list while you're not hungry, right? Shop for some things and just get that stuff going. Maybe it's clearing out your pantry. Figure out what it was that you've done before when you felt on track and recreate that situation, okay? Number 2 that you can do to get back on track is to get with the community. If you can get with the community and just step outside of your comfort zone for a second, for instance, you can join my new Facebook group, which has a lot of people in there now. I think it's like 500 people or something, and everyone is sharing recipes and ideas and challenges and helping each other out. So join some type of a community that you can interact with and just come out of the shadows, right? Come be with us and eat this food as well. So you could join a Facebook group. There's lots of great plant-based Facebook groups out there. Comment down below in my comment section. And in fact, why don't you in this video, let me know down below, what are the things that when you feel on track, you do? What are the things that you always make sure that you're doing regularly when you're feeling on track? Let's share with each other. Maybe we can give each other some ideas. If someone else is struggling to get back on track, what are some things that you do? Okay, so find a community. And then the last one is super simple, kind of goes with the other ones, but take one step right now. Right now. Don't wait, okay? Maybe if it's just writing a comment down below after you're done watching this video, or it's going to join my Facebook group. All the links for everything I'm talking about are down below, so you can make sure to find all those places and see a list of those movies I'm talking about. I'm gonna put all that down below. Do something right now. I mean it now. Get up, go, do something. At the end of this video, I want you to promise me that you're gonna do just one thing to get yourself on track. If you have a little time right now, maybe go watch a Netflix documentary, watch another one of my videos, get out your Eat to Live book and read a few chapters or something. Just pick one thing, or go to the grocery store after work and just grab a huge salad and have that as a meal. Pick one thing, right? It might be just to get through one meal, or it might be just to get through one clean day, one really good day to get yourself in that groove. Just do one thing, pick it, and sort of get that little momentum going, okay? Do it, I'm serious. Do it now, okay? It's gonna make a huge difference. Okay, I hope this video helped you. I hope it was a little bit inspiring. I really want to be able to inspire you guys to get back on track with me. I only gained like maybe 2 or 3 pounds over the break and they're already gone already. So that shows you how quick you can get some momentum going already, easily, right now. And the longer you wait, the longer it's gonna take for you to start feeling better, okay? So man up, do what you gotta do, get going, pick a thing, and let's get back into this together, okay? Here's my special announcement. I'm gonna be doing a challenge this month. I think it's gonna start on January 21st. It's a 21-day challenge, and I want you guys to be in it, okay? If you guys want more information about it, I'm gonna be releasing some information really soon. And if you wanna know, if you wanna be the first one to find out about it and make sure that you get that information, sign up for the mailing list about this, okay? I'm going to put a link for that down below. You got to sign up so you can get all the information about it, and make sure you get in that so you can get right in the challenge with us. I've never done a community challenge before. I am so excited to see your participation and to see you guys getting some awesome results, because I know if you stick to it, you're going to be able to lose some great weight and get some great motivation and learn some recipes as well, and just kind of, you know, hone your Nutritarian game a little bit. So sign up for more information below. I'm going to be releasing some more info in the next week or two, and then the ability to get in on this challenge will be coming up really soon in the middle of January. So get yourself ready, get yourself motivated. In the meantime, just try to do some of the things that I mentioned in this video and get yourself back on track. GBOT, you guys, get back on track. Okay, I hope you like this video. That's all I got for today. All I want you to do is sign up for this email list so you guys can get notified of the challenge. Thank you so much for watching. As I said, please down below tell us what are the things that you usually do when you're on track so we can share and try to motivate each other, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and Happy New Year. Bye. Mwah! Mo needs to get back on track too, right Mo? GBOT. GBOT, Mo. GBOT. 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 Wow, I really am sick.